It feels so wrong to make a Christmas playlist without Michael Bublé. Ah! Hi all, welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas, and today I wanted to talk about 10 Christmas songs that aren't overplayed, that you may not have heard as much, that you should definitely give a listen to. I'm obsessed with Christmas, I'm obsessed with music, so I kind of have amassed a pretty large Christmas collection, and overall I really do love a lot of the traditional stuff. It's not Christmas without Mariah Carey and Michael Bublé, and it's just, I need every song that you overhear on the radio, except for Christmas Shoes. I can do without Christmas Shoes. Pretty much all those songs I love. This is not knocking more popular or traditional songs. I adore them all. I just know sometimes I get a little burnt out and I'm like, I don't want to give up on the more traditional songs. I just want to add a little more spice to my playlist and have something a little different, or maybe a new cover of a song that has a little different spin on it, and that way it just kind of keeps everything fresh and a little more exciting. Plus I like associating new songs with holidays, so like each holiday I'm like, oh yeah, I found this song during this Christmas, and that brings that particular Christmas back to mind. So it's kind of like a little souvenir scrapbook at the same time. Now with these songs, if they're on Spotify, I've added them to my Vlogmas 2019 playlist, which I've linked in the description below. Anything that's not on Spotify, I've just added a link to a YouTube video featuring that song, so you can give a listen to anything here and see if you like it. And if you have any songs that you want to share or recommend, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always looking for new Christmas music. I will listen to pretty much anything you post, so definitely share. My first pick is from my absolute favorite band. It's Everclear's cover of Santa Baby, and obviously the song is not an unknown song. The song is probably covered by everybody and played every 3 minutes somewhere in the world. But Everclear's cover I just love for so many reasons. First of all, the music, they have it really kind of bluesy and very sexy. Like Art really growls his way through the song in a very seductive, playful way. It's so much fun. And something I really love about the song, he does change the lyrics to sing about, think of all the girlies that I didn't kiss, but he keeps a lot of the other elements. Like, he still refers to Santa as cutie, he still wants gifts from Tiffany's and wants a ring, he's still very much flirting with Santa, and I do love Michael Bublé's cover, but he does change it to where Santa's kind of just a buddy and a friend and I really want a car. But Everclear really keeps it still with that flirty vibe with the guy singing it, and I just love it. I just think the song is so sexy covered this way, and it's different, it's a little progressive, it's fun, it's rock without going too far rock, so it doesn't completely feel out of place on your Christmas playlist. I love it so much. Definitely give it a listen if you're sick of this song. I think it's a really great twist on it. My second pick is Don't Shoot Me Santa from The Killers, and I mean, from the title it's pretty obvious that it's not a standard Christmas song. It's a song about a boy who shoots his bullies because no one believes that he's getting bullied and he feels helpless and he has no hope. And so Santa on Christmas Eve comes to find him and shoot him because he's been so bad. And it sounds, okay, it sounds really weird, and I want to be like, no, it's not that weird of a song, but it is. It's a kid begging Santa not to kill him. And I don't like mixing violence with Christmas. I really like keeping my Christmas this pure, happy, fun, kind of safe time period. But this song is a massive exception. It really it's very tongue-in-cheek. It's very playful. It's very silly. It's not quite as morbid as it's sounding, or at least I don't think it is. It doesn't come off to me as very morbid. It comes off as more sad than anything. It's sad and playful at the same time, which is a weird mix, but the Killers are great, I think, of mixing really unexpected vibes together, and this is a good example of that. I mean, I listen to the song way too often over the Christmas season. It never brings me down or makes me not still feel like I'm in a festive Christmas spirit. It just feels kind of campy and cheesy and fun and silly with one or two lines that do hit you in a, oh, this is a campy, silly song, but also it hurts thinking about kids that aren't being listened to and feel isolated and alone and helpless. But which I do think it's important to remember people like that during this time of year. So it's not completely out of place in the spirit. I swear it's not quite as dark as it sounds, especially if you watch the video. The video is incredible. I'm linking that in the description below too. It's so silly and absurd. I think one of my absolute favorite things in the whole world is just Brandon Flowers, a completely straight face, serious, and a very ugly Christmas sweater, just playing maracas to the song. It's so over the top and campy. I just love this song. I swear, sounds weird, give it a listen. My next pick is also by The Killers, and it's Great Big Sled. This song is also sad, but much more in a nostalgic longing to go back to Christmas and that innocence you felt and just all the playful silly, fun things you did as a child at Christmas that you can't do now. And it's kind of like, if you're feeling out of step with yourself, or if you're feeling a little lost or a little overwhelmed, or if you're not really feeling Christmas, I feel like this is a great song for you. It really kind of hits in that whole, ugh, remember when all you had to do was just run outside and play in the snow and wait for Santa, and when everything was magical and possible, and what happened to us? Why do I not feel that way anymore? Like, where did that go? It's that, and it's just done in this really kind of subtle, beautiful, again, very, very nostalgic way. And it doesn't really like bring down the mood. It's not like putting on Christmas shoes or something. It's not going to like, you know, devastate everybody who's listening to it. But if you really let yourself feel the song, it is very sad, but in a way that makes you not give up. It makes you kind of want to go seek out those feelings again. So for me, it's more of an inspirational song than a just sad song. It's kind of like a, ugh, I missed that. I want that back. Now what can I do to try to find that again? So I love the song for that reason. My next pick is Jason Mraz's cover of Winter Wonderland. I'm a huge Jason Mraz fan. I think he probably has the best voice in pop music right now. I'm just completely enamored with his voice. And this song, the way he covers it, is just so bright and jazzy and fun. It's very, very playful the way the arrangement's done. There's lots of little like piano interludes that just make me giggle. Like, the song just makes me giggle what he chooses to do with it musically. It's very sweet, and it doesn't feel like that attention-seeking sweetness you sometimes get with Christmas songs. It just feels very much like this sweet little gift of a song, and it just makes me feel, it's kind of funny because he's so San Diego, Southern California vibe with most of his music and his just presentation. But then this song just feels like winter. It feels like a snow day. It feels like you just found out school's canceled and you get to go outside and play all day long, and everything just seems wonderful. And ugh, I just love it. It's such a happy song. I really love anything that takes a classic song you've heard 9 million times and gives it just a little bit of a fresh spin, just enough that you're actually hearing the song again. Because some songs I feel like you've heard so many times, you hear and you just kind of tune out. It's like not hitting you at all. And this is kind of a way to be like, oh yeah, this song is sweet and nice. It's just a very, very happy song. I mean, his biggest song is probably I'm Yours. And if you like that vibe, that kind of happy, bouncy, playful vibe, this song has that too, without feeling like it's like a reggae, Caribbean, Southern California song at all. It just feels like this sweet little jazzy, upbeat number. So definitely do that. Kind of might bring you back up as a killer song, did bring you down. My next pick, and we're going back to sad because that's just what I listen to, is Dolly Parton's Hard Candy Christmas from the movie version of the musical The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, because I can't make a music list without including at least one Broadway song, apparently. And Dolly Parton, even when she's singing something sad, she just has this bright happiness to her voice, this sweetness that I think kind of is automatically uplifting. So just the fact that she's singing it makes it more inspiring. But the song is basically just listing, like, it's someone going through an incredibly hard time, like their whole world has just fallen apart, and instead of being down about it and talking about how miserable they are, they're just making a list of everything they might do now, because it's like, okay, well, I get to start over. What do I get to do now? What am I going to be doing? Yes, this Christmas is going to be hard. Yes, this Christmas is going to suck, but I'm going to get through because I've gone through hard things before, and here's all the things I'm going to do after I've gotten through this hard thing. And if you're struggling over the Christmas season, like I know a lot of us are, whether or not it's money or dealing with family stress or mental health issues or whatever it is, this song to me is just, it's always been such a grounding song for like, okay, this is hard, but I can handle it. I don't have to handle this all by myself. I don't have to pretend everything's fine. And let me just think about what I want to do with my life and all the possibilities I do still have. My next song is Christmas Treat by Julian Casablancas, who's a lead singer of The Strokes. He is covering the Christmas song that Horatio Sanz, Jimmy Fallon, Chris Kattan, and Tracy Morgan performed on SNL multiple times during the 90s. Every single time it would come up, I would get so excited. And I love this song even when it was just an SNL skit, because what really gets me about it is, yes, they're dancing too seriously, and that's kind of an ironic thing. It's like, okay, this is a bad song, why are you all so into it? But what I love about it is the lyrics and the music. It's so earnest and sincere and unironic about just loving Christmas. It just feels like that almost defiant childlike excitement when you're like, no, this is great, this is wonderful, like, forget you, I'm still gonna get excited about this holiday. I don't care if you think it's stupid or corny or cheesy or I should outgrow it, whatever, I love it, it's fantastic and you know it. And I just love how like unabashedly and unashamedly happy this song is. And it just thrills me. And what I love is that Julian covering it does not lose that sense of innocence, that sense of like unironic wonder and joy and defiant childlike happiness. He does punk it up a little bit, like it's like a little rockier, a little faster, a little more intense, but he doesn't lose any of that vibe. It just feels like that song, but just like a more polished version that you get to carry around with you, which I'm grateful for, because I was always upset. I'm like, oh, I want this song to actually be on the radio. Like, I'm tired of just having to wait for, like, especially a long time ago, I just have to wait for like SNL reruns to come on TV and be like, oh, is it going to have this song on? Is it going to be one of those episodes? And I just wanted it available all the time. I wanted it on the radio. Now I can play it on Spotify whenever I want, and it makes me so happy. I'm also going to link to a compilation of the performances on SNL below, so you can see that if you haven't, or if you're just like me and you want to watch it 10 million times every season because Tracy Morgan's dancing makes you way too happy. I just love it so much, and I was always a really big Strokes fan, so like literally this just came on randomly on my Spotify one day, and I don't think I closed my mouth the whole time. I was just so like slack-jawed, ecstatic that this existed. I was like, I thought I was dreaming it, honestly. It's wonderful. It makes me so happy. I love it. My next pick is I Believe in Santa Claus from the Rankin Bass 1974 Christmas special, The Year Without a Santa Claus. And honestly, most of the music in the special is so good. I love it. But this song in particular is just so sweet. It's all about growing up and thinking you've outgrown Santa, thinking you've outgrown believing in things, and just kind of blind faith and the magic of Christmas, and then realizing that if you've outgrown Santa, you've outgrown a lot of other good things in the world that you have to believe in the same way. Like, my favorite line from the song is, I believe in Santa Claus like I believe in love. And I just think that's wonderful, and that's always kind of been like my relationship to that. Like, I love thinking of Santa as this kind of embodiment of a spirit that lives in all of us that we can share, and that's not even necessarily something tangible, although a little part of me is like, no, he's real. He's an actual elf being that lives in the North Pole, and the only reason he doesn't show up at anyone's house is because they don't believe strongly enough. Just believe strong enough and he'll show up. I still think that way sometimes. And like all the time. But anyway, the song is just, what I love about it is it has such a timeless feel to it too. It's very timeless. It doesn't really come across as like preachy or anything. It's just this very sweet, very honest, kind of vulnerable song. And I don't know why it's not covered more often. I think it's a great option to be covered. I kind of need Michael Bublé to cover it, and then it'll blow up and be huge. Please, that would be incredible. My next pick is Winter Glow by Grant Lee Phillips, and this song is not technically a Christmas song, it's just about winter, but you know what, so is Winter Wonderland and Jingle Bells and a bunch of other songs. It's so beautiful, this song. It's all about the coziness and the beauty and the magic of winter as a season, and that feeling you get when you're watching it snow and the way the whole world changes. It's a very soft, gentle lullaby of a song. It feels like falling asleep on Christmas Eve night. It's just such like a warm blanket of a song. And it was featured in the Gilmore Girls revival in the winter episode. So it makes me happy for that reason as well. And like, the song plays while you're by the troubadour, who Grant Lee Phillips plays the troubadour on the Gilmore Girls. It's so wonderful. So while the song is playing, you see Stars Hollow all decked out for Christmas, and Lorelai Gilmore's house is covered in Christmas lights, which we did not get very much during the original run of the series. So the song just also brings that to my mind. So the whole thing just feels like this wonderful little fantasy of everything that's perfect and beautiful about winter. I think the song's gorgeous. You can listen to it all winter long. I sometimes listen to it in the summer if the heat's getting to me and I'm over it. I just listen to Winter Glow and I'm like, soon, this is coming, just a few more months, we're almost here. The next song I want to talk about is White Wine in the Sun by Tim Minchin. And Tim Minchin is mainly known for doing comedic songs, and this song is funny. It does have some funny lines, but it's not the core of it. It's this, I pretty much can't listen to the song without crying. It's so beautiful and nostalgic and sentimental while also being very realistic and grown up and almost jaded in a way, but instead of having this awareness and realism ruin the holiday for you, it's celebrating what is beautiful about it in spite of all the things about the holiday you don't love. And again, it's another very vulnerable song. It's just so direct in what it's saying. It's primarily about his reservations about the holiday and I'm more religious than he is, but I really relate to a lot of the problems he has with it, with the whitewashing of Jesus and Christ and an ancient religion being used to peddle products and sell things, and it being this big consumer stressful holiday. Like, I completely click with all of that, and it does sometimes start to spoil the holiday for me, but he then focuses on what is beautiful about it and what he does still like about it and what moves him, and it's primarily that safety of his family and getting to be around his family again and having these traditions that they've done year after year celebrated, and how he's going to pass that on to his children now and pass on that sense of safety and beauty to them too, and knowing that however horrible the world is, however hard life is, however isolated you may feel from your home base or your family or where you've come from, and however hard the holiday may be, you still have this sense of safety and this wonderful net. And it's such a gorgeous song, and I think the song is almost 7 minutes long, but it does not feel like it. Like, every time the song ends, I'm like, no, please, more, don't stop. Just it's so gorgeous. Like, it's one of the songs when it starts, I pretty much can't do anything else. It's just a completely absorbing song, and I don't feel like he's acknowledged as a beautiful songwriter quite enough, and this song I think is an example of just what a poet he can be. It's gorgeous. My next pick is another song from a different Rankin and Bass special, which was The Night Before Christmas, and it's Even a Miracle Needs a Hand. And this is sung by Joel Grey, so more Broadway, so you know it's gonna be good. I love it so much because, again, this song is another moment when everything's fallen apart for these characters and everything is bleak and they could be giving up and just completely losing hope. And instead they're just like, okay, we got to get to it. We have to work towards it. And it's about wishing and praying and hoping for something to come and save you. But while you're doing that, also working, you know, it's even a miracle needs a hand. It's like, even if you need something good to happen, you need to do something to help make that happen. And I think it's such a healthy attitude. It's like, I'm going to pray for something to save us, but in the meantime, I'm going to work hard and plan and plot and try to find a way out of this and try to find a way to save myself at the same time. And it's just such a hopeful, optimistic, actively positive song without being like, you know, pretending that everything's great and nothing goes wrong and everything is easy. It's a song acknowledging that things are hard and just that you're up to the task, which I definitely need to hear sometimes. And my final pick is Darren Criss covering Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And I think the reason this is like not played anywhere is because I can only find it this one little performance that's on a video on YouTube. And for years now, I have watched this video dozens and dozens of times the minute it turns December. This song, it's so lovely. Like, it's just him at a piano. It's very calm and chill, and he really like gets into it. It's a very jazzy rendition. It's very beautiful, and you see him really feeling the song while he plays it, and that comes through. And just the arrangement he comes up for the song is so gorgeous. It gives me the same feeling as like lying under a Christmas tree and looking up and seeing all the lights. It just completely feels like that magical, sleepy, surreal wonder of Christmas. It just completely takes me away the minute I start listening to the song. Like, I need him to just do an actual Christmas album so badly, and I need this version of this song on that album. Just manifesting that, putting that into the universe. Please let that happen. I need it so badly. So those are my picks for some of the not quite overplayed, are a little more unique Christmas songs. I hope you love them. I hope they help make your season a little more fun, a little more musical. And again, please share any songs that you love. I am always looking for more. And now it's time to open day 4 of my I'd Rather Stay at Hogwarts' Christmas advent calendar. I'm so excited. Got number 4 right here. It's so tiny. It is a little Ravenclaw eraser, which is perfect because it'll go with the little Ravenclaw notebook that was earlier in the advent calendar. So I bet this means there are pencils coming. I get really excited about stationery and office supplies and writing supplies, especially when they're Harry Potter. Okay guys, that's it for this Vlogmas video. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Until then, be merry, be happy, and sing a bunch of Christmas songs. Have a great day.